Hi everyone, thank you for coming today. My name is Jordan Radnoff and I have a quick question for everybody. Have you ever looked at your bank account at the end of the month and wondered, where did all my money go? I have. I've been there, done that. So today I want to talk about creating a budget and steps it takes and how to get there. First is going to be our income versus our expenses. Second is creating a realistic plan that can be followed. And third is to track spending, track expenses, and adjust as needed. First is going to be our income and our expenses. I have a small little visual aid here. On our budget, we're going to be putting our income, whether that be paychecks, child support, alimony, a side gig, a second part-time job, 2 full-time jobs, whatever that may be, and our expenses. Groceries, utilities, gas, transportation if we don't use our car, we take the bus, we take a train maybe, the DART bus. In Consumer Financial Protection, they put out a budgeting guide in 2024. They stated that tracking expenses and income together is a great way to start a budget and an important foundation for the budget. When we're making our budgets, our income and our expenses, it's better to have dates. So I split up my paycheck into 2. I split that up in half, one half in one color, the other half in another color. Next, we're gonna go on to what's more realistic and what's more important to pay. So of course we want to pay our rent or our mortgage first, our utilities, keep the lights on, keep the air on. We need to pay our car payments, we need to pay our car insurance, our phone bills, things that we need every day to keep our daily lives going. Gas, putting food on the table, having things for everyone to be able to live day to day, and then focus on the more fun part. Going and getting that lip gloss, or going and getting a new pair of shoes, or going to, the football game, the basketball game. The Federal Trade Commission explained in their Managing Your Money article in 2024 that successful budgeting requires prioritizing bills before your discretionary spending. So making sure that your budget meets those goals. I always make sure that as soon as I get paid on a Friday, my daycare is paid for 2 weeks. My car payment's paid. I split my car payment up into 2 payments, so it tricked my brain into not being so much all at once. And then I make sure that those are taken care of before I try to go and do something fun. So I have a little pie chart. Obviously the bigger one is rent, mortgage, utilities in the pink, and then you have your more smaller, gas, transportation, food, and fun. Next, we're going to talk about reviewing the budget weekly. It's so helpful to review every week, whether it be the beginning of the week or the end of the week, seeing what we're spending and what we're bringing in to see if there's anything that needs to be adjusted. Investopedia in 2024 put out an article called Budgeting Basics that said a budget is the most effective when spending is monitored closely and adjustments are made. So if I know last month my budget was over by $200, but then I look at my groceries and I spent an extra $140 one week and an extra $75 the week after, then I know I have to look at my groceries and adjust accordingly. It's also nice to have a budget for that reason, to go in between income and expenses and seeing, okay, did my income stay the same? Did I work overtime? Was I short PTO hours and I couldn't make my full 40? It's also nice to have the budget and to update it weekly in order to prepare for unexpected. I have 2 kids, one plays sports, one is 2 years old in daycare. They get sick unexpectedly, and that means unexpected doctor visits, sometimes urgent care. Thankfully not that often, but it happens. All in all, the point of a budget is to track and adjust our spending, to be able to update, adjust, and plan for unexpected expenses. The most important part of a budget is to be realistic. Don't try to set too high of goals of like, oh, I'm only going to spend $100 on groceries every 2 weeks. In this economy, it's not really the easiest. It's important to track spending, and remember at the end of the month, you can ask yourself, where did all my money go? And you can pull out your budget and say, okay, well, here's where it went, here's where it needs to go next month, and here's where it doesn't need to go. So as long as we are tracking income and expenses, making a realistic and attainable plan, and tracking and adjusting accordingly, a monthly budget is a great tool in making sure we have financial stability.